Alrighty, so here we find ourselves in Karelia in the IS. Doing this replay because somebody asked me, what tank's better, KV-13 or IS, and I just remember back when I first got into playing World of Tanks, it just seemed to me the IS was just, it was just a tank of tanks back then. Back then you didn't have auto loaders that could clip you out in one magazine, and you didn't have all these newfangled, fast-moving tanks that could just circle around you like crazy. I mean, the IS back then was one of the beastier of tanks. I still like it. I don't play it a whole lot. This is the first time I've actually played it in several months, probably. But you like to dust them off every once in a while and take them out. And so this is actually the first time I played this in a long time. I saw, we had a lot of mediums and a heavy going down to the southeast side, and I thought, I'm going to pop up here with the mediums, kind of back them up. I've been kind of coming up this way, um, and no matter what I've been playing, just due to the fact that I seem to have better luck coming up here, with a tank that's got a little bit lower penetrating gun than setting over on the east side, just swapping shells one for one and bouncing off other tanks. And so I've been coming up this way and having pretty good luck. But it also depends on what comes up here with you. If you get a light or some mediums that can get eyes for you. The view range on this isn't the best in the world. I think I've got mine at like 385 right now. So yeah, I can still see out there a ways, but it doesn't see across the map. So of course you've always got your tank destroyers there. They're gonna be on the ridge line up by their cap. I saw KV-85 setting up there, so I thought, hey, beautiful shot. Now, one thing I do know about this 122, let it shrink in. That ended up being a hit too, even though it was a blind shot. Still did hit him, and it ended up doing like 413 damage. And this Cromwell backed out, stayed there while I shrunk in, so it was kind of a 2-for-1 deal. Hit one for 413 and took the Cromwell out for 197. Now, this is where you want to poke, but be very cautious. What I do is, stop it right here real quick. When they did this map, they did a nice thing. They left this corridor right here for tanks to come up, but they've got these nice rocks right here. So if you run it to where your left track is just on the inside of this here, if anybody shoots you that's setting up here, if they think they get a shot on you, normally they'll just knock your track off, and that's about it. Won't do any damage. So you kind of run that ridge line, we're going to call it ridge there, and kind of just move up a little at a time. And I saw a Thunderbolt up there. He just shot the rock that was in front of him. So I figured I was going to get up here and get a nice shot into a Thunderbolt, and pa-bam! J-Panther 2 was sitting there all pre-aimed in on me, and he hit me for 305, which is actually, he had the smaller gun on there, I think. Yeah, he hit me for 292, because that gun on him, you can get on the J Panther 2, can go all the way up to here. I shot this one just as he got killed, which was a bummer. But the J Panther 2 can take the gun all the way up to goes to the Moss gun, can get slapped on that rascal, and you can hit with that, and yeah, you can lose about 450, 500 hit points pretty darn quick. This Thunderbolt was coming in there. Now the accuracy on the IS isn't the best in the world. Thought I was going to be able to sling a shot in there and end up shooting the dead tank there in front of him. So I figure I'm going to cut to the right. I see the Thunderbolts coming back to the right. He's got a whole bunch of tanks moving in. I should have let it aimed in there, and I didn't. And I paid for it with the bad accuracy, and round just kind of flew right in front of him. So I backed up and got reloaded here and was able to put one right through his front plate. I was aiming right for that weak machine gun port spot. Don't know if that's exactly where I hit, and I doubt it was, but that's where I was aiming, so hopefully it hit there. But anyway, so that's pretty much the match here. All I got left is a Tiger P on the enemy team, and he gets taken out here pretty quick. So yeah, both shots I got hit with did hit in the front plate, lower plate there. It is considered spaced armor with that track there, but it's not super thick. A low caliber gun is probably going to bounce, but you're getting hit with a J Panther tank destroyer. That's got pretty high pen, and yeah. So, anyways, that's the IS in a nutshell. So, if you want to hold on for a minute, I will have some post game stats for you. Okay, and this is the results of this match. We ended up hitting the J Panther 2 twice for 832. Also, spotted him and he got hit for another 318. Hit their KV-85 for 413. Nice hit there. Hit their Cromwell B for 197. Finished him off. Knocked out his fuel tank. Hit one of their Thunderbolts for 185, finished him off, and knocked out his engine. Also spotted the Thunderbolt, and he got hit for 253, and an SU-100 spotted him, and he got hit for 71. Yeah, as you can see, when I shot at the Thunderbolt there, I was trying to kind of just, clutch shot one of them into him, and you got to wait for this thing to really aim in. Otherwise, you could see the round just flew right on by him. And if I would have hit him there, I would have, one, finished him off still, plus probably hit him for more damage versus a little bit less because somebody else shot him one more time, I think, before I finished him off. Did 1,627 damage, got 2 kills with 829 base experience. There's 8 shots, 5 hit, 5 pen. I shot all premium rounds because the J Panther 2's got wicked armor, and that Thunderbolt with the front plates that has on it with the spaced armor, I don't think 175 might have penned it, but it would have been pretty iffy. So did 1,627 damage of a distance of more than 300 meters with 610, so we got a blind shot in there too. Got hit twice, both rounds penned. I had it pretty well angled. That J Panther 2's got a wicked gun. I mean, it's the same gun that goes on the E75. So you're in a tier 7 getting shot by basically the same gun goes on E75, E100 if you use a smaller gun, Moss. So yeah, it's gonna go through you. We damaged 4, destroyed 2. Damage caused with our assistance was 642. Made 39,949 credits, which really isn't too bad for a heavy tank. We only lost 4,474 credits, and that again was with shooting all premium rounds. That was Master Badge Class 2 and a Fire for Effect. So, the reason I made this video was somebody was asking me, he says, I'm new to World of Tanks, and I'm wondering what is better, the IS or KV-13? I had to kind of think back of my days when I first got into the IS in the KV-13 and to give them a really good, honest answer. They both have pretty similar armor thicknesses. The IS has a little bit better frontal armor, I believe, on the hull, 120 on that, and 13, 120, 80. Maybe it's on the. Oh, it's on the hull on the side. It gets 90 on the IS, and it gets 85 on the KV-13, and 85 in the rear of the hull, and also gets 60 on the IS. So the armor is not super thicker on the IS compared to the KV-13. And if you look at the models of the tank, they're pretty similar. The IS does get some spaced armor down here on the bottom with the track. That gives you some spaced armor down below, which the KV-13 doesn't. And I think the front of the KV-13 is a little flatter. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but they're really pretty. I don't want to say exactly the same. KV-13, the hull size is smaller, turret's smaller, a little bit smaller target to shoot at, and the KV-13 does move quicker. The problem you run into is the KV-13. It gets an 85 millimeter versus a 122, so you're going to do 390 average damage in the IS versus 180 in the KV-13. KV-13, you do have the better maneuverability. It's a medium compared to a heavy. You can relocate to other places of the map if need be, um, whereas the IS isn't quite as fast. The commander's hatch on the KV-13 is a little bit smaller than it is on the IS. You can see that. Sticks up a little bit more on here. When I got into World of Tanks, I felt the IS was a little more forgiving than the KV-13, and I think it's because the IS, you're not able to move as fast, so you're not able to get yourself up in front of all the other tanks, end up be by yourself, and get butt raped before you have backup there to help you, or get yourself stuck in a situation where you are getting shot from multiple sides because you get yourself put in a bad spot. Whereas the IS moves a lot slower, and you're not able to, uh, you know, get up into those areas where you find yourself by yourself, basically. It just seems like the angles on the IS, I just seem like I bounce a lot more rounds on the IS than I do the KV-13. KV-13 is a great tank, though. Don't get me wrong. It's fast, very nimble. It does pack a pretty good punch with the 85 millimeter. But average damage is 180 versus 390. And like you saw, I hit that one tank there for what, 413. So you're doubling up your damage in one shot. The aim time given on the IS is a lot longer. I felt personally the IS for me when I first started World of Tanks was a really great heavy tank, fun to play. Um, like I said, forgiving, packs a punch. You can make somebody that makes a mistake on the enemy team. You can really make them hurt, if not kill them, pretty quick. So, anyways. My personal preference, I'd have to say, was the IS over the KV-13, just because of it packs a way bigger punch and just seemed to be a more forgiving tank. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.